Submitting a slotted/forecasted or new XP request in gDoc 2.0. Welcome to gDoc 2.0 tutorials. In this tutorial, we'll submit a slotted/forecasted or new XP request in gDoc 2.0. Let's get started. Use this direct link to log into gDoc 2.0. https://conferences.unite.un.org/gdoc2. On the login page, use the sign in with your un.org email. On the Unite ID page, enter your mail address and password. You will then get a prompt from the Microsoft Authenticator app. This app needs to be pre-installed on your phone. You have now landed on the gDoc 2.0 dashboard and must click on either Request or Forecast in the main menu or the list menu below. In this instance, we will click on Request. From the main dashboard, you will enter the request list view. In the top right-hand corner, click on Create Document Request. You have now entered the first step of the gDoc 2.0 request wizard. In this first step, you'll see a pop-up box. The pop-up box has the first two entries pre-filled based on your gDoc 2.0 account. You will need to select Parliamentary for this XP request in the first drop-down list. In the next drop-down list, select Pre-Session. In the forecast ref, either enter the forecast reference number directly in the field or click the spyglass/loop icon to search for the forecast you want to create a request for. If there was no forecast created for this submission, just skip the field. Here we have opened the advanced search by clicking on the spyglass/loop icon. Locate the forecast that you wish to create a request for. Click Select plus button on the right to select. It is a slotted request, so the below selection is correct. Click Create. You are now inside the wizard view and can see that you are in the first step of the process. We'll stop for a moment here and go back to the beginning to show you how to use the forecast to go directly to step 1 in the forecast wizard. In the main dashboard, we now clicked on Forecast, and here in the list view, we selected the specific forecast we wish to create a request from. Click the forecast number. Please note that the forecast needs to be in the approved status. The specific forecast is now open, and you can see we have an approved sign next to the job number. On the right side, we have a button to create a request. Click on Create Document Request. When we click on Create Document Request, we get a pop-up box. Click Create if the information is correct. We were taken straight to step 1 in the request wizard by clicking on the Create button. So basically, you can create a request from an approved forecast from both the forecast and the request list. From now on, the creation of the XP request should be straightforward, as it is based on an approved forecast. If everything is OK, click Next. In step 2, Org and Session and Agenda, you must check the information. If everything is OK, click Next step. In step 3, Document Requirements. Here in step 3, Document Requirements, you can update the information if needed. PS. Please note that the mandate and mandate URL is mandatory fields even for XP request. Click Next step. In step 4, Languages and Service. The original language and destination languages were pre-filled with the same from the linked forecast. You can change the original language destination languages if needed. If entries are correct, click Next step. Here in step 5, Submission and Schedule. The issuance date for the submission is pre-filled according to the slot/forecast. Use the document disposition to select Standard Document. Click Next. You have reached step 6, Files for Processing. It is now time to upload the publication and either enter the word count or use the automatic calculation function. Next, click on the small cloud icon to get the Upload Submission pop-up box. Click on Select File to upload, upper left-hand corner in the pop-up box. Select and upload the documents, then select the category and go through the other fields in case you need to add extra information. Then click the Save button. The Files for Processing step has now been completed. Click Next step. You are now at step 7, Distribution and Output. In Distribution and Output, you need to make selections in the mandatory fields, Distribution and Output. General and Full Production were selected. Click Next step. We are now at the summary in step 8. In the summary, check your submission once more. At this stage, you have the option to save as draft or to submit. Please note that you can click on any of the stages in the wizard at the top of the window to go back and forth to correct any mistakes. A few things needed to be confirmed, so we opted to save it as draft. You can see that the icon next to the job number changed to draft. You probably also noticed that each section in the form got a small pencil icon in the top right corner. You can use those icons to edit your draft. We confirmed the data in the draft form and clicked the Submit button. We now got an error. Please provide funding information. We will need to click Cancel and click on the Finance tab to provide the required information. Here in the draft request, we'll click on Finance to enter the budget line for this XP submission. Next, we need to click the round plus button to enter funding information. Budget type is already correct. Extra budgetary selected. We get a pop-up box named Change Funding Information. We need to search and select the Umoja Fund Approver and choose if there is any breakdown of the cost. Click Next. Upon clicking Next, we get a new Change Funding Information pop-up box where we select the funding line type, in this case VBS element. We complete the funding information with the VBS funding number and dates. Click Save. With the Finance tab funding information completed, we proceed to click Submit. After going through the Confirm submission, we have now landed on the request page with a text box confirming submission. Document Requirement Review is indicating that the submission is with Document Control section. Congratulations, you have completed your XP submission from an approved forecast. Goodbye and see you in the next tutorial.